You know, we live our entire lives inside of stories. But what if the story you're living in wasn't actually written for you? What if it was written to control you? Today, we're going to dive into how to break free from those old narratives and become the authors of our own reality. A story filled with your own creativity, your own joy, and your own power. And our journey kicks off right here with this really powerful dedication from the revolutionary Brazilian educator, Paulo Freire. Now, this isn't just some fancy book dedication. It's a statement, a declaration of solidarity. It lets you know right from the jump that this isn't about some abstract academic theory. It's built on a deep, real commitment to people who have been silenced. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the core problem, what it means to live in a world without a voice. Then, we'll uncover the mechanism of control that keeps that silence in place. After that, we'll explore the antidote, the actual practice of freedom. And then, this is the cool part, we'll see how it's being used today in a fascinating digital project that helps people become the heroes of their own lives. And finally, we'll wrap it all up and bring it back to you. Okay, let's get into it. The very first thing Freire identifies is this fundamental injustice, a world where whole groups of people are denied the basic human right to name their own reality, to tell their own story. And he had a name for this: the culture of silence. Now, this isn't about people literally not talking. It's way deeper than that. It's about a system that convinces you that you are the problem, that you're the one who's incapable or ignorant or broken. It's when you start to believe that story so deeply that you can't even imagine a different reality, let alone find the energy to fight for one. So you might be asking, how is this culture of silence kept going? Well, Freire pinpointed a primary tool, something he saw happening in schools, but really, it extends to just about every corner of our society. He called it the banking concept. Just look at the column on the left. The teacher is the expert who just deposits facts and information into these passive students, who are treated like, empty piggy banks. It's a total one-way street, and it just breeds conformity. But then, look at the right. That's the antidote, the problem-posing model. In this world, everyone gets to be a teacher and a learner. Knowledge isn't something you just receive, it's something you create together by tackling real-world problems. And make no mistake, this isn't just about school. This banking model pops up anywhere an expert deposits a reality onto a recipient. Think about it. In traditional psychiatry, a clinical label can be stamped onto a person, basically defining their entire reality and turning them into a passive object that just needs to be fixed. Okay, so if the banking model is the prison, Freire also gave us the key to get out. He called it simply the practice of freedom. Now, the heart of this practice is a concept called conscientización. Yeah, I know, it's a big word, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. It's all about developing a critical consciousness. It's that aha moment, that light bulb that goes off when you stop blaming yourself for a problem and you start to see the systems and the structures that actually created it. It's the huge shift from thinking, I'm broken, to realizing, wait a minute, maybe the system is broken. And this isn't just a mental exercise. It's an active, dynamic process. It happens in 3 steps. First, you have to perceive. You have to critically see what's really going on. Then, you engage in praxis, which is just a fancy word for the cycle of taking action in the world, reflecting on it, and then acting again, but smarter this time. And all of that leads to the final step, transformation, creating a whole new reality. So for decades, these were incredibly powerful ideas in fields like education and social justice. But how do they apply to us right now in our digital world? Well, we're about to see them pop up in a really fascinating and modern context, a digital project designed for mental health recovery. This is called the Digital Alchemist Project, and it takes Freire's philosophy and applies it directly to the stories we tell about mental health. It says no thanks to the banking model story of being broken, of being just a diagnosis or a chemical imbalance. Instead, it offers a whole new narrative. It reframes the entire experience as a hero's journey, a powerful story of suffering, yeah, but also of survival and of wisdom that's been earned through struggle. And it does this by creating a whole new language. Clinical goals get mapped onto these mythic, powerful archetypes. So all of a sudden, you're not just working on social skills, you're embodying the lover. You're not just advocating for yourself, you are the warrior. This new language is designed to foster a sense of sovereignty, of self-determination. It puts you back in the driver's seat of your own story. Let's look at a real-world example of how this works. In the old banking model of mental health, a label like simple might get deposited into someone's file. It's a static word. It's disempowering, and it implies there's something wrong, some kind of deficit. But this is where the project's magic comes in. Through a process they call linguistic alchemy, that label gets totally transformed. Simple becomes peacemaker. See what happened there? A clinical deficit was reframed as a functional strength, a creative, powerful role you can play in the world. The person has literally just rewritten a line of code in their own story. To make this happen, the project provides these practical, almost game-like tools that are direct echoes of Frere's ideas. There's a Debug Console that lets you analyze your own problem story and spot the external triggers. That's conscientization right there. And then there's the multi-cursor maze, a game of choices that moves you from passively following instructions to actively taking responsibility for your own path. And that's praxis. So what's the big takeaway here? What happens when you connect a 20th century philosopher with a 21st century digital project? Well, you get a really profound shift in how we can see ourselves and our own potential to change. The dominant narrative, that banking model we talked about, it tells you that if you're struggling, you are a corrupted file. You're broken, and you need some outside expert to come in, format your hard drive, and fix you. This project, and Frere's entire life's work, is a powerful rejection of that whole idea. Instead, it offers a brand new story. You are not the corrupted file. You are the lead programmer. You have the skills, you have the lived experience, and you have every right to access your own source code. You can debug the lines that aren't working and write a new, more powerful, more beautiful operating system for a life of your own making. And that really leaves us with one last question. The stories that we live inside, they can feel like concrete walls, but they're not. They're just code, and code can always be rewritten. So take a look at the narratives that are shaping your world. Are you just a character in someone else's story? Or are you ready to pick up the keyboard and become the lead programmer of your own?